They're not on TikTok, they're not on Snapchat, and they're definitely not living the life you think. Because while most teenagers are worrying about exams or part-time jobs, the teenage sons and daughters of Saudi billionaires are being trained for something else: power, influence, and legacy. Let's start with the basics. Who are these teens? They're the children of royal cousins, the heirs of construction, oil, and telecom empires. Kids with surnames that have shaped the modern Gulf. But unlike Western celebrity children, they don't chase fame. They avoid it completely. Their lives are confidential, encrypted, curated for one purpose: dynasty continuation. At 14, some already sit in on board meetings, silently. At 15, they're shadowing ministers. By 16, they've traveled to more countries than most adults see in a lifetime. These aren't gap year adventures, they're exposure missions. Private jets don't take them to Ibiza. They take them to Geneva, Singapore, and Davos. Why? To observe private banking, to meet economic advisors, to study global diplomacy. Because these teens aren't prepping for college. They're prepping for the family office, or in some cases, the throne. Their schools? Not on Google Maps. Some attend ultra-private academies where biometric entry is required. Others receive their education on yachts, in airspace, or at floating campuses across Europe, and the Gulf curriculums include geopolitical game theory, legacy wealth preservation, psychological warfare, and quantum computing. And don't think it's just lectures, they're put through simulations. One Saudi heir was allegedly trained using virtual reality to handle mock crises, from cyber attacks on sovereign wealth funds to orchestrated PR disasters. And yes, there's leisure, but even that is strategic. Hobbies are chosen to enhance image, status, or resilience. Horse riding, falconry, formula racing, classical piano, no video games, no YouTube marathons, no online toxicity. Some families even employ digital bodyguards, cyber teams that scrub every photo, tag, or rumor from the internet before it spreads socially. They live in concentric circles. The innermost? Other dynastic teens from the GCC, Jordan, and sometimes Morocco. But even those relationships are carefully engineered. Introductions are vetted, group chats are monitored, and every gathering, even poolside, is technically a networking event. One source told us, these kids don't make friends, they make alliances. But let's be clear, it's not just boys. Saudi billionaire daughters are being shaped with just as much precision, though in different directions. Some are trained for high diplomacy, as future cultural attachés, UN liaison, or philanthropic leaders. They study luxury fashion not to show off, but to send signals to embody soft power. At 17, one royal daughter presented a paper on Islamic architecture and female empowerment at a private roundtable with European museum directors. And now, the elephant in the room: pressure. Yes, they live in palaces. Yes, their lives are full of privilege. But the expectations are enormous. Some break under it. Others rebel and are quickly sent to rehabilitation programs in Switzerland, Singapore, or even reclusive compounds inside Saudi Arabia itself. Because one scandal, one wrong step, can jeopardize decades of reputation building. So, next time you see a quiet young man in the corner of a luxury gala in Riyadh, or a veiled teenager quietly observing a UN event in Geneva, know this: you might be looking at the future of the Gulf, not just rich kids, but heirs to global influence, raised in silence, trained in shadows, and ready to shape the world on their own terms. This is Desert Billionaires. Hit like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories of power, wealth, and influence. See you in the next episode.